Hello, so today I'm going to go over the basic principles for discus. Last week I did shot put, this week discus, just as I promised. So, I'm not going to go in detail as the shot put. I'm going to try and pick different things because shot put and discus, rotational shot put I should say, and discus, pretty similar in terms of the basics. You need to get over your left a little more. But like they're a little bit bigger differences in shot and disc. One, I would say, is the most important is timing. All right, so the timing in discus, everything is delayed compared to shot put. Now, why is that? It's because the levers are different. So the discus is way far away from you, where shot put's directly on your neck. So everything in shot put's going to happen a lot faster. The circle itself is a foot smaller. In shot put, it's 7 feet, just about, and discus 8 feet, give or take. So that right there, it's going to change the throw a little bit. So that's why discus tends to favor a lot more taller people than shot put, unless you're running Krauser, I guess. But yeah. So though that right there, that's going to be a change in the throw. All right. The fact that you have a bigger circle, levers are different. All right. So it's going to change your timing. So you're going to have to be a lot more patient on the finish in discus compared to shot put. You do need patience on the finish in shot put, but even more in discus. All right, it's very easy to rush the finish in discus because it's not 16 pounds like shot put. It's just a 2K or 1K if you're a woman. So just keep that in mind and in the back of your head. That's probably the biggest difference between shot put and discus, rotational shot put and discus, I should say. All right, so now that we got that out of the way, let's get to the basic concepts, basic principles, whatever you want to call them. All right, so one, I personally like the wind to just be nice and simple. All right, I don't really like to coach people winding back super far. I think it leads to inconsistencies, and I'm all about consistency and just a nice easy gird canter type of wind, just nice and easy, just simple back, especially for men. Women can get away with a lot like different winds because they can take advantage of more. Women are a lot more mobile than men on average, especially in their shoulders and their hips. So that can lead, and the fact that the 1K for women is really light compared to the 2K for men. So they can get away with a lot more stuff on the wind and through the throw in general. So keep that in mind, but in general, just a nice easy wind, and make sure when you wind all your shoulders are level. So my left arm can't be up here and my right arm down here. So I like to think of like a scarecrow. You're just here and you just wind back. Nice and easy. And once you wind back, so you see right here, my right hand is behind my right hip. This can never go in front or even in line with your right hip. It has to be behind. All right? Now there's a caveat to that. In theory, it'd be great if you could wind back and keep that stretch right there. In reality, a lot of people aren't strong enough to do that, especially with a 2K, to be able to withstand that and actually throw further. All right? So that's also one reason I like the nice easy wind. So for men, especially people that especially aren't experienced with a 2K, it's okay as to not really get as big a stretch, but as you get better, you want to take advantage of that stretch. So keep that in mind. But as long as the discus is behind your hip, you're gonna be fine. Now here, if you wind to here, it's not really the greatest thing in the world, but if you're not strong enough to be able to withstand the forces just back there, then go ahead, but try and get better and better, each day, and a little further each time. All right, so that's the wind. Now, getting over the left, I deviate a little in shot put. Shot put, you don't have to be as long, you know, because shot put I think a lot more linear, even in the rotational throw, simply just because the levers, you know, the shot's on my neck. But discus, it's all the way out here. All right. So when you're here, I like to coach. Let me get okay. I like to coach here, and you know you're probably going to be thrown in a cage. Hopefully, I like to think of this left arm or this left hand. Let me go so you can see. Left hand reaching for the net, because I like to coach a lot more rotational in the discus because of the levers and stuff. I don't want to get into a whole physics lesson and whatnot, but think a lot more rotational and a little less linear. There's still linear components of discus, obviously, but compared to shot put, I like to coach a lot more rotational and getting a lot more over. All right, but just like in shot put, you can use the tips I said in that video to get over your left. All those still work. Just get a little bit more over left than you normally would in shot put. All right, so if you want tips on how to get over left, go watch my shot put video. All right, so that's the wind, getting over the left. Now number 3 is the middle. So I'm here, I'm over the left. Now I'm in my South African. All right, I'm here, so I'm on my low point right here. All right, you see how my butt's not back, you know, I'm not like hip thrusting forward. See, even I just fell there. I'm perfectly stacked right here. I should be able to just turn like that. All right, so I'm here. Armpit over knee, knee over toe. All right, I can just pick up my right leg, and you see I'm not shifting back and forth. So a good way to check if you're not over your left is you can do just turn into a 90, you know, and if I pick up my right foot, so if I'm here, not turn on a sticky surface. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm here. Let me get in frame. I'm here, so if I'm not over my left, so you see how my knee's not over my toe? I pick up my right, look how much weight I just shifted that way. So that you need to eliminate, because when you actually go to throw, you know, this sweep leg isn't going to be on the ground. All right, so if it's not on the ground and I'm not over my left, look, I'm falling backwards. All right, so that's what you want to feel, and that's what I define as getting over the left, is having enough weight to where you get into your South African and you're just able to go like this. Now, it's not anything crazy, you know, like I'm not like falling over my left too. So that's another thing. You don't want to go too far over your left. I already explained that in my shot put videos, so you can go look at that. All right, so that's your South African. Now, the second part of the middle is holding the chest while the sweep goes. So if I'm throwing towards the camera, I'm here, get over. Now I'm here, so I'm holding my chest while the sweep goes through, right here. All right, so I'm here. Now notice when I do this, so I'm here, let me go here. Yeah, here. Notice how my left foot doesn't keep moving or turning. All right, so I just demonstrated it wrong. You want it here. If you have enough weight on your left foot, it should just stop. And then hold the chest. Hold this left side. The sweep goes in. You see now I have this tremendous amount of stretch. The discus is super far back. All right, my left foot has not moved. Now I'm in my half turn. All right, now obviously when you go to throw, you're gonna be like that. You know, the left foot's still not gonna be grounded, hopefully. So when you get here, when you get to your south, you wanna think about pushing over. I like to call it the sprint. Now make sure when you do this, you don't hop up. Ow, that hurt. All right. You don't want to hop up. You want to not, I don't want to say hop. it'll feel a little like a fall. Basically, it'll be like if you're just gonna just hop a little bit over like a very small hurdle. It's more of just like a little push, a little jab. So like it's gonna feel more like that than like a full like haymaker. It's just gonna be like just a quick little jab. You're gonna be here and there. All right. So if you do this and you look at film, so you notice the top of my head. So right here. So if I'm here, if I go up, I hit my head. If I'm here, my head stays the same level, just like a sprinter would. When you see sprinters, they're not hopping up and down. They're level in a straight line. All right. So that's why I call it the sprint. But yeah. So when you get here in your south, sprint, and you see when my right foot gets down, my left foot is already by my knee. All right. So if you're out the back, if my right foot is here and my left foot is still basically on the ground, 1, you're not sprinting. 2, you're not over your left. 3, you're probably not moving fast enough out the back. All right. So from here it'd be like bum, bum. All right. I don't have a lot of room, so you can't really see me in full, but hopefully you get the picture. You can just watch a discus thrower and you'll see what I mean. All right. So people have different concepts of this. I'm not going to get over if that's right or wrong, whatever. This is just what I believe in. All right. I coach pushing off. So, whatever. So here, pushing off. I'm here. You notice when I'm here, so if I'm throwing toward the camera, here, notice how my chest stays the same. All right, so I'm not going here and going like that. All right, hold the chest, let the right side go through. You see how my hips should be under me, but they're not because I don't have a lot of room. There we go. So I'm here, my heel is up, so my heel is not collapsing. If your heel collapses, my hip will shoot back. I will stop rotating. I'll have to force with my upper body. I'll stop my rotational component. And it will lead to you landing open and you not throwing far. All right? So when you're here, heel solid. So I like to think about flexing this part of the ankle, so this little front part. So you're here. And when you go, if I was there, I should be able to like push you down and you're not gonna collapse. All right, so here, and I'm retired and out of practice, so those muscles have kind of gone away a little. So I used to be okay at this, I guess, but I guess not anymore. But even now, so see, I'm not even that balanced, but my heel's not dropping. That's the main thing. All right, so you're here, hit a brick wall, chest here, so a good drill to do. So you're here, hands up, catch, like this. All right, when you go and you sweep, make sure, just like in the shot put video, your groin is here, not the knee. So don't kick. Feel like a soccer kick. All right, so heel, let me get in frame. Heel, dorsiflex, not pointed down here. Leading with the groin and going around and down, not around and up. Don't go up. If you go up, you're gonna jump up and lose all your power. All right? Everything needs to be down, snappy, fast. All right? So you're gonna be here. Bum. I also want you to notice when I do this, my heel, my left foot isn't going up. All right? As much as I love Adam Nelson, don't do that. That's extreme. I don't want to see that. I personally like the left heel to never get above this right knee. So when you're here, try and keep your feet as close to the ground as possible. I think this leads to better fluidity, way more consistency in where your left foot lands, and just makes the throw a lot easier. So instead of here and here, it's boom, and it's just a lot easier and a lot more fluid to land. All right, so that's what you want. So now you've landed, stand throw in your heel toe position. Make sure when you do this, and this is when you're taking stand throws as well, you're not landing like this. All right, this is closed. You want to be open. See how my knees are apart? I feel a stretch in my groin. You can't see that, but knees open, ankles open right here. So toes pointed towards 90 right here, ready to attack. And you see, like, this is really, especially for men. Women can catch like all the way back as far as they can. Just have a lot of patience. Men usually, of course, can't fit in the frame. I like to coach a T. So T right here. All right, a little further back's fine, but right here is fine. That's basically all the separation most people, one, are gonna get, and two, really all you need. All right, so I'm here, open. Left arm isn't like that. All right, left arm is straight. Right arm is here. And now I'm turning, working the ground. Something I didn't discuss in my shot put video, I think, is instead of just turning, you want to think about this knee going out. So for right-handed throws, it would be your right knee. So here, I've caught in my stand throw, the knee goes out. You notice when I do this, my hip is now going around. All right, instead of just going in if I'm just turning. All right. Robert Harding, I think you can probably see this the clearest. Sorry. The most clear in Robert Harding. Sorry, grammar's not my strong suit. With him going here. Now, obviously, you don't just go like that, like a weirdo. You know, you go here. It's just a little subtle knee bend. See how my heel raises? I'm still pushing against the ground. And I'm just turning. And you notice one of the big differences in discus is when you see most discus throwers that they're like all the way out here, where in shot put, you want to be pretty stacked. You don't want to be over here because you see how I'm falling? But in discus, because the levers are out here, you want longer radius. All right? And I'm not just reaching like that with my upper body. It's because of what I'm doing with my knee. So I'm here. And when I'm here, the knee is forcing me to be out here. And then just keep turning, attack, and reverse. While I'm here, landing my stand throw, knee out, turn, throw. And that's basically it. So I didn't go in that much detail about all that stuff because I already went over that in my shot put video. This just kind of highlighted the differences, I'm pretty sure. I might have mentioned some of this in my shot put video. Can't remember. I have a bad memory. But hopefully this helps. Basically, that's basic, as basic as I can get in a short video for discus. So hope you guys enjoyed, hope you guys learned something, and see y'all later.